All right, so let's dive into some of the common questions that we get when people find out that we're in this and when they want to know more about it and whatever else.
All right, let's talk about the cost first.
So first off, the cost for us, our cost savings, I want to say when we switched to Medi-Share was probably about 50% over what it was previously or with our health insurance. So like right now for a family of 4 with the high deductible plan, which basically means it's a $10,000 annual deductible. So they don't start covering anything until we reach that point. But for a family of 4, I think we pay $230 a month. I'm 37 years old, and it's based off of, I think, the oldest member's age.
Okay, the second question we have is it exempt from the Affordable Care Act?
All right, yeah, people are always asking about this, the Obamacare thing, if this works, and essentially they did get an exception. So Medi-Share absolutely works as an exception to the Affordable Care Act.
Okay, so who is eligible for this? Can anybody join?
So this is a Christian organization, and you must adhere to a biblical lifestyle to be a member with Medi-Share. And so where this really comes into play is with the coverage aspect. So they will not cover abortions, for instance, or if you're in a drunk driving accident, that will likely not be covered. And so those are important things to know going into the whole thing. So anyway, as long as you adhere to a biblical lifestyle, you should be good to go and you should be good for eligibility with them.
Okay, so since our deductible is so high, do you want to talk about kind of how we handle this? Because we are going out of network a lot and we do have bills that we have to pay. And I know with a typical insurance, you can kind of set that a little bit more where you're not just shelling out cash all the time. But do you want to talk kind of how we handle that?
Sure.
And how you've set it up?
Yeah, so one of the reason that we use a higher deductible plan with them is essentially so we can save more money. And we save a lot by having that super low premium, which we do because, yeah, it's like $230 for a family of 4.
It's crazy.
And, I know other people who are paying like $1,000 for similar type coverage. And so it's working out really, really well. But one of the ways that we offset this is by budgeting specifically for health issues. And so we budget, quite a bit each month just for health, just so that if anything comes up, we more or less have a little bit of a health emergency fund sitting there in that cash available for us to spend on these health issues. And that's just made it really, really easy. And so the money that we're saving on the premium more or less goes to that health savings account. And we just kind of build that up. So essentially we're kind of self-insuring a little bit for the smaller things. And then if we ever do cross that $10,000 a year threshold with Medi-Share, they obviously can step in and just cover everything from there. Okay, so all in all, I think we're both really happy with the amount of money that we've saved. And they've been around a long time. And so I just feel really comfortable with them. I never had any doubt that anything wouldn't, that if we ever have a real big expense that it wouldn't be covered. So I just feel really comfortable with them personally. I mean, how do you feel?
Yeah, I feel really comfortable with them. You really do most of the heavy lifting with them. But just in my experience of calling them and talking to them, they just seem really, I don't think it's as scary as a lot of people think. I think that's some of the reason why people maybe wouldn't want to go with them is because it does seem a little bit different than a typical insurance company. Do you agree with this?
Yeah, absolutely.
And they always seem to pray with us at the end. Do they do that with you?
Yeah.
They're just it's just a nice experience because it's another believer on the other side of the line. And they ask you if you have any prayer requests and they always pray with us, which I think is cool.
So if you have any questions that I can answer or that Linda can answer,
Doubtful.
by all means, send them our way. Happy to help. But if it is something you're interested in doing, I recommend just reaching out to them directly because they're obviously the experts and are going to be able to help a little bit better. But as far as questions about our experience, we're always happy to share. So just let us know. And that's all for today. Adios.
Bye.